Shalom Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. And where we teach, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, their true culture, identity, and, according to the Bible. This is the Isupk Killeen weekly Brotherhood class, Priest and Officer Tapazar. And we're going to go ahead and get this class started. Okay, so basically, man, the title of the class is "No Faith Without Brotherhood." Man, you understand? A lot of people, especially in Christianity, we're taught that brotherhood. We're taught that faith is just what you say with your mouth, right? In the Christian church, we're taught that if you confess with your mouth and believe in your heart, in Jesus, that Jesus Christ is Lord, that you will be saved, man. And that scripture is always taken out of context, man. But the misunderstanding of that scripture, what it produces is an idea that, you could just talk your way into being saved. Right. And that couldn't be farther from the truth, man. It must be a wonderful thing for Christians, right? To be, you notice how they always want to go to the mega churches, the big churches where it's, the stadium sized churches, 25,000 people, right? And it must feel good to be hidden in amongst all those people. And all you have to do to show your love, to the Most High, to God, or to Jesus, is to sing a song, right? It's to sing a song, is to raise your hands up, and express your love to Christ. And it's not like anybody can really come and challenge, like whether or not you really love the Lord, because why? You hidden amongst all these people. Nobody's following you home and really being able to watch what you do. It's not like the angels of the Most High or the Most High himself is going to come through a cloud and say, you a lying hypocrite, and you're nothing of what you portray yourself to be. So it makes it easy to be in the Christian church. It makes it easy to be a Christian to where all you have to do is just with your mouth say that you love God. Right? But we know, according to the scriptures, that's not how this thing works, man. You give me 1 John 3:18. You can't have faith without brotherhood, man. That's that's something that we're gonna make sure that gets drilled in the brick that we lay in the foundation of your understanding that if you don't have brotherhood, you don't have faith. You understand? If you don't have love for your brother, if you don't have love for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you don't have no faith, man. You understand? This entire life and the truth is based off of us loving our brothers, man. Right. So-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the lost, the lost tribes of the nation of Israel, man, us gathering our people together. This whole entire thing is based off of brotherhood, man. Because the thing is man, in the Christian church, all the women in the church is married to Jesus. Right. Jesus, I ain't got no man. Jesus is my husband. I love Jesus. My whole life is for Jesus. Well, Jesus is not here on the earth right now. The last time he was seen, the disciples saw him going up on a cloud to the right hand of the Most High, man. And that's where he's at right now, man. You understand? He's standing next to the Most High, but you saying that he's your husband. How does that work? You understand? But you know what, sisters, what could show that you actually have, love for Christ? Is if you had a Black man, a Hispanic man, a Native Indian man that you were actually showing your love to, right? That you were cooking meals for, that you were sewing garments for. You understand? That you were making the home clean and with them scented candles. Right. You understand? Where when he come home after serving the Most High and doing the work of the Lord, that he comes home to you and he's able to see. You understand? The love that that you would show so-called Jesus Christ, man. That's how you would show that you love Christ, by actually loving your husband. Right. And in the same likeness, man, for us who say that we believe in God and love God, the only way to prove that is by the love that you show your brother, man. But you got that scripture? Go ahead.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 1 and verse This book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 18. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth.
Man, read that again, because that's heavy, man. A lot of people say that they in the truth.
Right.
It's a lot of people that claim to be in the truth, man. You understand? They claim to be in the truth. They claim to love God. But you got John here giving you an understanding of what that actually means.
Right.
You understand? What does it mean? Because like my camp leader say, Shalak, your officer Karar, you say a pair of lips can say anything.
Right.
You understand? And in the Christian church, that's the status quo.
Right.
Man, I love Jesus, man. Listen, I don't know what you're talking about, but I love Jesus. It's all about Jesus. It's all about Jesus. Okay. Read that again, Art.
Going with concert. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth.
Not in tongue and not in word. Why? Because what do words, what is you saying something actually do?
Right.
What proof do you have that you love God outside of what comes out your mouth, man?
Right.
You understand? You're gonna come to understand that the reason why they hated Christ, the reason why they hate the Isupk is because they can only talk about and criticize what we say.
Right.
They can't talk about and criticize what we do. Man.
Right.
You understand? You're going to come to understand that. Read that one more time, Art.
With concert. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth.
In deed and in truth. Why? Because the Most High wants to be worshipped in spirit and in truth.
Right.
And what is the spirit, man? The spirit is a vibe.
Right.
It's a vibe, man. You understand? It's not what you do, but it's how you do it.
Right.
You understand? And the Most High wants you to worship him in spirit and in truth, and in deed and in truth. When it's talking about doing it in the spirit, it's not talking about something that you can't touch or feel. It's talking about the vibe in which you do something in, man.
Right.
You understand? Because you might have some brothers that get out there and they speaking on the Most High, but the way that they speak about the Most High, they speak about the Most High as if they already saved.
Right.
They speak about the Most High as if they better than you, like they on a pedestal and you beneath them, and you need to get to their level, right? Or when they offer any kind of charity, it's like like Donald Trump when he was in Puerto Rico throwing the paper towels. You know what I'm saying? Like you throwing crumbs at the peasants, man. Right. You understand? When what Christ has us doing is trying to gain our brothers and our sisters, man.
Right.
You understand? Through what? Through us sacrificing our own lives, man. You understand? You can't love the Most High, you know what I'm saying, and disregard your brother. Give me 1 John 4 and 11.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about how they love God. You ain't never seen God. How you love God and you ain't never seen him? What you love about them? What you love about God?
Right.
No, you don't love God. You love the lust in your mind that you're trying to fulfill, man. Everybody think that when they get a blessing that's God. Right. You know what I'm saying? But when Christ went into the wilderness and he was getting tested and tempted by, you know what I'm saying, by that demon or by that devil had the ability to offer him things too. Right. He said, I give you riches and wealth and status and power. Right? So you feel like every time an opportunity comes for you to come up, that's the Most High. I'm not saying that the Most High don't bless people, but that the power to give you an opportunity, sometimes that could be a test from Satan, man. Right. To see where your loyalties is at, man. But you know what test is always sound and true and provable is the way you treat your brother, man. Right. That test can always be proven through what we can see and touch by how you deal with your brother, man. Right. Now you saying you love God. I mean, how do you prove that? What, when you light your sage stick? Right. You know what I'm saying? When you in your prayer closet, you know what I'm saying? Talking that Shonda bought a Honda, you know what I'm saying? Right. outside of Wakanda? Like, is that how you showing you love God? That's your worship?
Right.
No, man. The Lord's going to show you and tell you, man, what that is. Go ahead and read that 1 John 4 and 11.
Going to Wakanda, sir. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 11. Beloved, if the power so loved us, we ought also to love one another.
Right. Just go ahead and read it as it is.
Going to Wakanda, sir. Beloved, if God so loved us, we ought also to love one another.
It said of God. That's what it says in 4 and 11?
Come on, God, sir.
Let me see. Go ahead and try verse 10.
Come on, God. You want verse 12?
Yeah, go ahead and read that. Yeah.
Come on, sir. Verse 12. No man had seen God at any time.
That's what I wanted to lie. Read that again.
Come on, God, sir. No man had seen God at any time.
No man has seen God at any time. No. So how are you saying that you're able to love what you haven't seen? Right. Now drop down to verse 20. Come
on, sir. If a man say, I love God, and hate his brother.
Check this out. This is heavy, man. So this is where we get to separate, make the distinction. He said, if a man do what?
If a man say, I love God.
If a man say, I love God. Right? If with his mouth he say, I love God, but what?
And hated his brother.
So now, what does that mean now? What does that mean? If a man say that he love God, but he hate his brother, what does that mean? That means that one thing is what you say with your mouth.
Right.
So that means that hate must be an action.
Right.
Because how brothers always say, man, brothers always hating on me, man. It's shout out to my haters.
Right.
But how do you know that you have haters?
Right.
How do you know you got haters, man? By what they do.
Right.
By their actions, man. So the Lord is saying, if a man say he love God, but then hate his brother, right? So with your mouth, you saying you love the Most High, but your actions is showing that you hate your brother. With your mouth, you saying you love God, but you see your brother under oppression or in distress, and you ignore him when he asks you for a helping hand, right? You're not picking up the phone when they need counsel or need encouragement, right? You know what I'm saying? Or you have slots at your slave that where they're hiring, and you don't put that out to your brothers who lack employment right now, right? Or when it's time to get together and you know what I'm saying, and you start cooking for your family, and you done made extra food, you don't call nobody else. Right. You just keep the extras for your family in the fridge. Right. You don't invite nobody to your home, man.
Right.
You understand? If a man say with his mouth that he loved God, right, but do what?
And hated his brother. He is a liar.
He's a what?
He is a liar.
You a liar, man. You a liar. You know what I'm saying? For you sisters that be on Clubhouse, man, you know what I'm saying how much you love God and you know God and you moving at a higher vibration and,
right.
And you got your chakras aligned and all this stuff, man. You say you love God, but then you constantly degrade and disrespect the black man, the Hispanic man, the Native Indian man, and calling them niggler bears and hood boogers and all this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? The black man ain't nothing, you know what I mean? Praise the white man and his kingdom and all that. You constantly downgrading the black man, but you say you love God. You say you love Christ. Well, that's an oxymoron because guess what? Christ was a black man.
Right.
And guess what? Christ was a black man that died for black men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Christ suffered and labored with black men, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Salaki. Hold on 1 second, man. Get this right. Right? Go ahead.
No, it's so heavy what you're bringing out, sir, because even the fact that, you know what I'm saying, John had to put this in the book means that, you know what I'm saying, people's going to be doing a lot of talking, saying they love the Most High, but still, you know what I'm saying, hating their brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why we follow the books like.
That is Christianity.
Right.
That's what Christianity is, man. Christianity is the religion of being a hearer and a sayer.
Right.
You understand? But not a doer, man. You understand? Not a doer, man. Being a hearer and a sayer, but not a doer. You talk a good game, you understand? But there's nothing behind your talk.
Right.
You understand? It's all talk. You know what I'm saying? And my question is, especially for Clubhouse, if the internet shut down, where would your works be at, man? You know what I'm saying? You Clubhouse prophets, you Clubhouse preachers and ministers, man. Without the internet, how do we know and be able to see your labors, your works, man?
Right.
You understand? I mean, I don't understand how you could do. I don't understand how. I don't understand what you would be able to prove.
Right.
See, on the Command Junior High and the Isupk, we can't just talk about the truth. We can't just talk about love. We got to show it, man. We got to show it.
Right.
Read again from the top part.
Sir. If a man say, I love God and hated his brother,
right,
he is a liar.
He's a liar. You a liar, man. The truth is not in you, man. You understand? That's one of the key ways that you can know that you in the truth is what you doing for the brother standing next to you, man. Right. What you willing to give up, man. Right? Drop that and let's go to Book of James. Go ahead.
No, I was in a bit more on that.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Come on, sir. He is a liar, for he that loveth not his brother whom he had seen, how can he love God whom he have not seen? That's the Lord.
That's how the Lord look at it. It's practical. You say that you love God, right? You've never seen him, right? But then but you don't love your brother that you see every single day, right? That's the only barometer or the only measuring tool that we can use to see if you're in the truth is the way that you deal with your brother, man. How you love your brother, man. You understand? Like I say, in the Christian church and these mega churches, man, let me ask you this question, man. What is the only action that the Christian church requires, from its members to prove their faith, man? You understand? What's the only thing that they require? To prove your faith to them. I'll ask the question again. What's the only proof that the Christian church requires from its attendees and members to prove that they have faith? What's the only thing because we know they don't require righteousness.
Right.
They teach that the law is done away with.
Right.
Right. So you ain't got to do anything but one thing. Right. What's the only thing that you got to do? They like, it's a man of faith right here. He got plenty of faith.
Right.
Go ahead, Art.
Come, sir. It will be with your money, your tithes and offering.
Your tithe, make it that man again. That's how you prove yourself in Christianity that you got faith is that you give them tithes up, man.
Right.
Other than that, they don't require you to do anything. Damn. They don't require anything, man. You can come there and be entertained and listen to all the songs and the choir. The choir do its thing and get worked up by the organ.
Right.
But one thing that they're gonna make sure that you do is show your faith by what you come out, how much you come out your pockets, man.
Right.
Don't they say that? Sow a seed. After you give your time, they say, sow $1,000 seed.
Right.
And to them, that's you showing that you have what? Great faith. Dang. But in the truth that Christ taught, man, how you show faith was how you dealt with your brother.
Right.
You understand? Like I said, for these Christian women that say that Christ is their husband, you know what I'm saying? You'd be better off showing that love you got for Christ to your husband.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That'd be your best bet. You know what I mean? You want to show the Most High that you love him, then love your husband, man. Right. You know what I mean? Get that monkey off your back, humble yourself, you know what I'm saying? And be a helpmeet to him, man. Right. Instead of being a headache to him, man. Right. You understand? A lot of times, man, like what we don't understand, man, is that brotherhood is suffering. It's sacrifice. Right. It ain't just, see, that's the thing, man. Like, people talk about how much they love Christ. Yeah, people do love to talk about people that make sacrifices, but they don't want to be the people that make sacrifices. Right. You understand? My mom used to tell me, man, boy, you cry with a loaf of bread under your arm. I never really got it when she was saying it because I ain't like bread like that. I'm like, what are you talking about? A loaf of bread, right? But all what she was trying to say is that I will find any reason to complain about something, right? But why is that? Because I'm thinking about me. Right. But the reason why there's no faith without brotherhood is because your faith becomes greater when you're thinking about somebody else. Right. When you're thinking about benefit, when you take yourself out the picture and the only thing that you're focused on is the benefit of that other person, you understand? Your faith becomes great. Why? Because it ain't about you. A lot of times when you're thinking about you, you got to check off boxes.
Right.
You got to check off, okay, did this get done? Did they do this? Did they do this? Or they didn't do this? You know what I mean? You're trying to keep a tally.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Based on your expectations. But when you're when you're thinking about the benefit of your brother or your sister, then it's a different thing. Now you're trying to go all out.
Right.
Why? You got more room. You got more. It's like your zeal becomes increased and lit. Just based off the fact that you're not thinking about you, you're thinking about somebody else, man. Right. If you really want to love your husband, if you really want to love your rib, love your wife, man, take yourself out the picture. Right. And think about their benefit. I know it ain't easy. I know it's hard. You know what I mean? Oh, they get on my nerves. I don't know if I can do all that. I understand. I get it. I get it. But, you know, you could be in the truth and then you could just be, you know, a Christian in the world. Right. You could just talk a good game. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you this right now, man. You know, it's good to do works for the school and for the truth. That's all good, man. But what the Most High is really looking at, he's looking at what you don't want to look at. Right. He's looking at the thing that you're trying to ignore. The thing that really, you know, grinds your gears. The thing that really gets you upset and irritated. That's where he wants you to put your energy at. Right. Why? How do I know this? Because that's what Christ went through. Right. When Christ was in the garden about to go to the cross for our benefit, Christ didn't commit no sin. He was the only brother that did not break God's laws, man. Everybody else then messed up, then failed, and Christ he's going through all of this for your sake. Right. For your sake, he's thinking about you. But you know what Christ said? Father, if I know with you all things are possible. If it's possible, let this cup pass from me. Right. He didn't want to die for y'all like that. If he did, he wouldn't have prayed and asked the Lord that. Like, Lord, this is another way to get this thing done. Right. You know what I'm saying? Please let this cup pass from me, man. That's what he said. That's what he said, man. Damn. You know what I mean? So the very thing that he did not want to do was going to be the proof that he was the king, that he was supposed to be the king of Israel, the king of this world, man, by doing the thing that he didn't want to do. Right. What's the thing that you don't want to do? What's the thing that you avoiding to do? Right. What's the mirror you not looking at with your behavior? You know what I'm saying? Are you showing compassion? Are you giving mercy? Because you know mercy is a judgment too. Right. It ain't just always punishments that's a judgment. Mercy is a judgment. And the scriptures say that mercy is going to be shown to those that show mercy. But those who show no mercy aren't going to be given no mercy, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that comes from pride because you're faithless. You don't really trust God. You only trust what you can see. You trust your past experiences and what you've been through in your past, and you use that as a point of reference for what you ain't going to do in the future. Right. You know what I'm saying? But you can't say you got faith. Right. You ain't got no faith. You ain't got no faith. You just got you. Damn. That's it. So, was you holding something?
Lies, sir.
Give me James chapter 2, verse 14. If you got any questions that's on topic, you can put them in the chat. I'm saying if you're on Clubhouse, you know what I'm saying, please share the room. You know what I'm saying? The ISUPK under Commander General Yohana is the only way out for blacks, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Right. You understand? The you know what I mean, established in 1969, man. You understand? The truth that comes out of the ISUPK, which is the truth of the Most High, you understand? This is the only solution. There is no other solution. Right. You understand? Because why? It's gonna force you to be accountable, man, to confront you. Right. You know what I mean? When Christ was dealing with the people, he had tell them, man, you need to pull that log out your eye first so you can see clearly. A lot of us can't see clearly. Right. We think that we can see. You know, it's crazy because we so quick to talk about what someone else ain't doing, but we real slow to look at what we're not doing. Are we giving 100%? Are we going that extra mile for the sake of our brother or our sister? Or are we holding back because I don't want to get played? I don't want to be, you know, someone taking advantage of me, using me. Faithless. Because this is my thing. Who are you? Who are you? Are you doing this for your benefit? Right. You know what I'm saying? Are you holding back or putting something to the side because you feel like you got to make sure you're looking out for you? Right. If you have faith, then you would know that whatever you're doing in the name of Christ, the Lord going to reward you. Right. Whether it be now in the present or later. Right. But where's your faith at? That's why I'm telling you, it's no faith without brotherhood. Right. Give me that in James, Bob Kashar.
Come on, sir. This is the book of James, chapter 2 and verse 15. Mm-hmm. If a brother or a sister be naked and destitute of daily food.
Right. If a brother or sister be naked, right? They're lacking clothing, right? Or they ain't got no food in their fridge. All right, go ahead.
Come. And one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled.
Who does that? Who does that sound like? That sounds familiar. Right. I've heard that before. Right. Read that again. I've heard that. I've heard that somewhere, but I'm trying to think of where I heard that at. Read it again.
And one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled.
It said if a brother or sister is naked or lack clothing, and they ain't got no food in their pantry, their cabinet, or their fridge, and you say unto them, what? Be what?
Be warmed and filled.
Be warmed and filled, right? Was there a be blessed in there?
Allah, sir.
Okay, read it again from the top. I mean, from the part where it says be warmed and filled.
Come on, sir. Verse 16. Be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding you give them not those things which are needful to the body.
I thought it said a depart in peace or something like that. Am I missing? Yeah, I need all of that. Yeah.
Depart in peace.
Depart in peace.
Be ye warmed and filled.
That's deep. Depart in peace. You hungry and got the things that you need, but depart in peace. Damn. Then they say after you depart in peace or shalom, but be ye warmed and filled. Right. That's deep. Does anybody have an idea of where we've heard that before? It's been going on. At least, I mean, I've been here for a minute on you know what I'm saying, in America. I've heard it for at least 20 plus years. Where do we hear that phrase? Depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled, without getting the things that we need. Where do you hear that at? Anybody in the chat, clubhouse? I'll wait a second. That's a crazy thing to hear. You starving and need clothes. This is why Commander General Yohana, man, has the food drives, the clothing drives, man. Right. You understand? Because he understands the most important thing, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the things of the spirit are important, but people have actual needs, man. Right. Our people need actual help. Right. Look, man, look at priest and officer Carpers out, man. Give him a hand. Tell you, exactly right, the church, man. Right. The church. Why? Now, the church, you go to the church, you see these large facilities, right? They're well lit. They got kitchens. They got some of the churches got ATMs, right? They even got Starbucks franchises inside of the church. Little baristas inside of the church, man. Right? Now you've been paying tithes for 15 years, right? And now you fall on bad times. Lose your job. Economy's going through a downturn, and you need some food. You need some groceries, and you go to the church or to the deacon and say, "I need some help." Right. Hey, man, listen, man. The Lord's going to bless you. Depart in peace, man, and be ye warmed and filled, and know that the Lord's going to hear your prayer. Right. He definitely going to send us some prayers for you, brother and sister. You understand? Just make sure you come back to church and just keep tithing. All right. Sow that seed. The Lord's going to provide. Damn. That's what we're reading about right here, man. The Christian church. Right. If a man or a sister be destitute of clothing and food, and you saying to them, depart in peace, right. Be ye warmed and filled. Warmed and filled with what? Hot air? Right. From hot oxygen? Let me tell y'all something, man. This heat that's going on in Texas is something different, man. Right. It's a spirit on this heat wave. Right. The Lord is Listen here, brother. The Lord is hot right now.
Right, real talk.
You know what I'm saying? Well, listen, when I step outside, I mean, you know, I know it's the weather, man, but it's something moving through the air with this, man,
right.
with this heat. You understand? The Lord ain't playing right now, man. You understand? And let me tell you this. It's hot. Wait. What DMX say? Hell is hot, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hell is hot, man. And we in hell, man. And the Lord let us know that we in hell, man.
Right.
You understand? So if we in hell, then the only thing that's left for us to do, man, is to love each other, man.
Right.
In the midst of hell, man.
Right.
You understand? And you can't do that with words.
Right.
Hey, man, listen, man. It's you call a brother up. You know what I'm saying? Your electricity is off in this weather. Hey, brother, listen, man. My electricity's off. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that, man. You know what I mean? What you gonna do? All right?
Good night.
Right. I was calling you to try to figure that out.
Good night.
You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, man. Yeah, you know, man. Listen, man. I got some stuff going on, man. You know, kids coming over later. My rib, man. She over here in my ear. You know, you know, maybe around like 7 o'clock. You know what I mean? We can link up. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm burning alive right now.
Right.
I need help right now.
Hey.
Finish reading that out.
Colonel Concert. Notwithstanding, you give them not those things which are needful to the body.
Notwithstanding, if you don't give them the things which are needful to the body. Because see, the Lord is not impractical. The Lord is very practical. You understand? He gonna give you this spiritual knowledge, but he knows that we have needs too, things that we need because we live here on earth, man.
Right.
And that's the crazy part. We all going through the same experience on this on earth, knowing that we got to have what? Oxygen, food, water, clothing, and shelter. We've been dealing with these things all of our lives. Yet we can walk by somebody, our brother or our sister, and see them naked without clothing and without food, and still go to our house, make sure that we got clothes and we got food, and think that's okay, and be all right with that. And they got the nerve to say, "I love the Lord, man. Thank you, Lord, for all my blessings."
Right.
Well, damn, the Lord looking at you like you a sorry bastard.
Right.
I didn't give you all that just for you. I get, you know what I mean? I get that to you to help your brother. Notwithstanding, keep reading.
Colonel Concert. Notwithstanding, you give them those things, not those things which are needful to the body. What doth it profit?
What does it profit, man? What does it profit for you to tell somebody with your mouth, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled, but you haven't given them the things that they need?
Right.
The ISPK is not the Christian church.
Right.
You understand, brothers and sisters? You know what I'm saying? If you want real help, if you want real solutions, then come into the ISUPK, man. Under Command General Yohana, man. You will get your needs met, man. But guess what else you're gonna get? You're gonna get education on how to help to meet the needs of others as well.
Right.
Because see, we're not in the business of just helping everybody, you know what I'm saying, and not having an expectation and holding you accountable to help your brother and sister, man.
Right.
If you're going to be inside of the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, you're going to have to lay your brick in too.
Right.
We'll definitely come and lay bricks for you to make sure that you're covered. But then guess what? Once you're covered, you got to get out there in the heat, in the rain, in the cold, you know what I'm saying? And you got to help your brother get covered as well, man.
Right.
Or what else? What are we doing? What's all this about? I mean, if I want to deal with people who don't give a damn about me, I got the heathens for that.
Right.
The heathens are in abundance, man. We're in the minority. We're not even in the majority.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At least in Saudi Arabia, they got their country. You go over there, they're in the majority. There's some level of comfort in that. Right. Right. I'm amongst my own people. But here we're surrounded by the Chinese, the East Indians, the Africans, the oppressors. You understand? And we know going to them to try to get help, it's a dead end street, man. Right. You understand? We're not gonna get nowhere with that. But damn, we gotta add on to the hell by knowing that if we go to our brother, we're gonna get the same treatment. Right. And then say that we love the Most High, that we love God. Somebody lying. I feel John. He said, yeah, look, if you say you love God but hate your brother, then you're a liar. Right. I feel him. I feel him. You're not telling the truth. Right. If you going through the same hell I'm going through, and we know that the people who got us in hell ain't giving us no a cold glass of water, then how can we not dig in a well to give each other water? Right. Where's the proof that we love the Most High at, man? Outside of our mouth. Right. It's not there. You ain't got no faith. Right. Drop that, man. Let's go to give me 2 Timothy 2:15 real fast, because like I said, man, what I mean, the only thing that the church requires of you is to pay your tithes, man. That's your proof that you got faith with the Christian church, man. It's paying your tithes, man. That's it, man. You understand? But in Isupk, man, it's a different standard. It's a different standard, man, because we love our people. We got brotherhood. And see, what is faith? Faith is courage. You know what I'm saying? It's courage. It's courage to do what the Most High says to do, man. You know what I'm saying? And you can't have that courage if you ain't got brotherhood, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm gonna ask the question: is it really courage to take care of yourself? Is it courage to really defend yourself? Like, you know, if you fall into a pool and, as I say you don't know how to swim and you start, you know, are you being brave? Is that really courage, or are you being brave? No, it's you trying to preserve your life. Right. If somebody come with a knife trying to stab you, you're like, oh, you get a brick and bust them upside the head. Is that really courage? It's like, damn, you trying to kill me. I'm trying to live. Right. But you know what courage is, man? Courage is what Officer Malak did in Kansas City, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? When bullies came up and tried to you know what I'm saying, infringe on the space of the camp, you know what I mean, of the Isupk Kansas City, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? And you had bullies who try to move on that campsite, man. Right. Officer Malak said, we're not taking that. Right. I'm not tolerating that, man. Right. Did Officer Malak do that for himself? If you know Officer Malak, you know that's not the case, man. Right. He did it for his captain that was on the podium and his brothers who were on post at the camp, man. Right. You understand? That's what he did it for, man. And he did it for every member in the Isupk Command General Yohana, man. Right. Officer Malak was not thinking about himself when he grabbed that chair and pushed that speaker back. Right. Man. He was thinking about his brothers, man. He was thinking about who he represents. That's why we know, and listen, now we know that Officer Malak and Captain DeGalgabar and all those brothers in the KC4, they have great faith. Right. Great faith, man. Right. Great faith. Why? Because they showed extreme brotherhood, man. Right. When they were outnumbered and assaulted, they stood up for each other. Right. You understand? So I can say that Officer Malak and Captain DeGaulle and all the brothers at the out of this KC camp are men of faith. Right. Why? Because I saw it. We saw the proof. Right. Where's your proof at? You know what I'm saying? Just like the Kentucky 8. Right. We saw the love that they had for each other, man, and the love that they had for God in preaching the word of God, but then doing what? Showing with their actions. Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, man, we're not the be ye not hearers only. Give me that raise, man. Drop what you have. Hearers. But in Isupk, it's something else that's in that equation in Isupk. I mean, I don't know about these other groups and what they doing, what they got going on, man. But I can tell you what goes on over here in this house. Right. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like James chapter 1. James chapter 1, maybe around like verse 12 or something. You said 22? Go ahead and bring that out, Doc, when you get it.
It's the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 22. Uh-huh. But be ye doers of the word.
Be ye what?
But be ye doers of the word.
The word is what's said. You understand? The word is what the Most High, these are the commands and the instructions that he gives his people. So we hear it, but he's saying do what?
But be ye doers of the word.
That's what we are in the Isupk, man. We're doers. You know what I'm saying? The truth that we hear, we do that truth. Right. Keep reading.
On concept. And not hearers only. Uh-huh. Deceiving your own selves.
Doing what?
Deceiving your own selves.
They say we in the code. They tell us that we deceive and that we out here deceiving everybody. But what the Most High say for us to do, we do it. Right. You understand? Right. Y'all missing something. Y'all hearing it. Y'all saying it. But it seems like we the only ones doing it. Oh, well, why? Fellowship. What you know what I'm gonna say? The fellowship thirsty? Fellowship. And I do it at home with my family. I do it at home. Right. That's where I do it at. Right. Well, okay, that's great, brother. That's great, sister. You You doing it at home, Most High in Christ. Okay, but who can see that?
Right.
Who can see that? Who can see that? But guess who can see us, man? Our brothers and our sisters, man. Right. The people who we are going out to save, man. Who Christ gave us the order to go out and save, man. The lost sheep of the house of Israel, man.
Right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. You see us at the powwows.
Right.
You understand? You see us. I forget what it's called for our Isupk brothers, man. Like they get together.
Right.
I forget what it's called, man. But you see us at their events, man.
Right.
You understand? You see us at you know what I'm saying? Those Juneteenth events, man, where our people are located at, man. Right. And what are we out there doing, man? We out there teaching and showing them that we have food programs, clothing drive programs. You understand? We have prison programs. Right. We have Commander Yohana. Under Commander Yohana, the Isupk has different solutions and set up to be able to what? Help our people, man. Right. Because listen, man, yeah, we get out there and we go to camp. Yeah, right now we having class. Right. But what the Lord requires of us, man, is to actually put in work. Right. You understand? Right. Work and prove that we love our people. Right. Because Christ said, man, listen, they will know that you're my disciples, not by what you say. Right. Not by what comes out your mouth, but by how you love one another. Right. That's right. You understand? By how you love one another, man. Right. They called again about the answer. My kids calling me back to back, man. Oh, good night. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Real quick. Hey, I'm teaching class right now. Yeah, you see me in the phone up. No sweat. Love y'all. I'll holler at you. All right. Salaki, y'all. They was blowing it up, man. They were showing great faith. They were right. They had an expectation. You know for dad to come through. No sweat. All right. Where's we on that scripture? Any more on that?
Sir.
Just read it again. That was James 1, right? 22. Read that again.
It's the book of James, chapter 1, verse 22. But be ye doers of the word, right, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves.
Like sis, brother, don't deceive yourself. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you say you love your brother, we're gonna find out. Right. We're gonna find out if you do, man. But guess what? Before the day comes where you got to get exposed that you're not real, that you really don't love your brother, you really don't love your husband, you really don't love your wife, right, go ahead and do it now. Put in the work and the practice now. So when that day comes, it's like regular business. You every day you coming into the mindset of, you waking up with the mindset of, this is not about me. Right. This is about my brother, my sister, my husband, my wife, my school. You know what I'm saying? The Isupk, Commander Yohana, Christ, the Most High. Right. You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm getting up living my life. I'm not living my life for me. Right. You understand? Because I have faith. I have the courage that comes from knowing that I'm willing to give up my life for my brothers and my sisters, man, for my family, man. You understand? And like Christ said, who is my family, man? But those that do the will of my Father which is in heaven, man. That's the family we're talking about, because all family ain't family. Right. You understand? Your family is known by you know what I'm saying, who you vibe with. Right. And the vibe that we dealing with is the spirit of the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? The spirit of truth, man. You understand? Salaki. Let's go to Mark chapter 2. Real fast. And we're gonna read a story about brothers who had great faith, man. Just to tie it all in, to show you, man, that, you know, if you ain't got brotherhood, you ain't got no faith. If you holding back on your sister, if you holding back on showing your, you know what I mean, doing something for your sister. Now, of course, you know, it's protocol and order and everything. But what I'm saying is that if you got an issue or a problem with your sister and you ain't did a Matthew 18:15 and got that thing sorted out, you know what I'm saying, and you holding back resources or help or assistance, then you're not a person of great faith. Right. People that are selfish, people that only think about themselves, they can't have great faith. Right. You can't have great courage because you're only relying on you. See, I have great courage because I know I have brothers that I can count on. So if I have a problem or an issue that I'm dealing with, I'm not gonna be like, oh man, oh Lord, how I'm gonna deal? I already know how I'm gonna deal with it. Hey man, give me that scripture real fast while you holding that. Give me a brother is built for the day of adversity. Give me that, man. Because I'm not worried. I know I'm going to face adversity. I know I'm going to face trials and tribulations. I know serving the Most High, I'm going to go through, you know what I'm saying, all manner of different situations and issues, right? But I got great faith about it. You know why? Because I can call Captain Yakazai. If he's not available, I can call Captain Kahan Thumyad. You know what I'm saying? I can call Officer Karab. I can call Officer Amayala. I can call Officer Dawada. I can call Captain DeGalgabar. I can call Captain Katazai. I can call all the mighty men that are in the ISUPK and get counsel and get aid from my brothers within my zone to be able to confront that problem and confront that issue. Right. I got Kahangabar. I got Officer Abiyar. I got Officer Barakyad, Officer Banzayan. You understand? I got Officer Karkazai, man. I got brothers in other states. If I got an issue in another state, another situation, I got brothers I can call. Right. So I got great faith. I'm not worried about the situation. I know it's already dealt with and overcome. Why? Because I got brotherhood, man. And brotherhood is something that you take and that you give. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to receive it and give it out, man. Right. A lot of us don't want to accept no help. We feel like, I don't want to be a burden on somebody. I don't want to have to lean on somebody. I'm going to take care of it myself. You ain't got great faith. You ain't got great faith. And that's why when people talk to you, you talk about the problem first and not thinking about the solution, because you're not dealing with faith. You're not dealing with the system that the Lord set up, man. Right. All right. Or you've been holding a grudge and letting the sun go down in your wrath, and now a demon's on you, and you know that you need the help, but you don't want to ask for help because why? You ain't been operating in brotherhood. Right. You ain't been doing what Christ said to do and going to that brother or sister and getting that situation solved so you can really deal with the real issue, the real problem. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. You can't even go to the help that the Lord gave you because you won't take the first step. Right. In Matthew 18:15, and take that situation to counsel, man. To do what? To gain your sister or to gain your brother, man. Right. The Lord know what he's doing. That's right. He know what he's doing. Go ahead and read that out.
Gonna come. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 17 and verse 17. A friend loveth at all times.
A friend gonna love at all times, man. You understand? He's gonna love at all times, man. If I call Officer Karab, whether it's 3 in the morning or it's 10 p.m. at night, he gonna pick up that phone, man, and he gonna Shalom, what's going on? Right. What's the problem? Right. You understand? And we're gonna work that thing out. Right. Same for all of my brothers, man. I expect no less. But can you get that in the Christian church? Right. Can you get that in the Muslim mosque? Can you get that in the Buddhist temple, right, or the Catholic cathedral? Nah, you're gonna get child molestation. You're gonna get give me your tithe money, man. Right. Give me your donations, man. You understand? Right. You're not gonna get the solutions and get your problem solved dealing with these false religions, man. Right. You understand? The only hope that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians has is in the ISUPK under command of Yahana. That's right. It. That's it. Because in here we teach faith. We are taught to be men of faith and women of faith, man. Right. And how is that expressed? Through loving one another, loving each other. Right. A friend loveth at all times. Keep reading.
On the Wakan, sir. And a brother is born for adversity.
A brother's what?
Is born for adversity.
Listen, man. I'm not thinking to myself, man, I'll be all probably knocked out. This brother was born for adversity. Right. If I'm going through a situation, that's what he was born for. Right. If Abiyar called me up, he should have no doubt in his mind, because guess what? Tapazar was born for his day of adversity, man. Right. And as well as all my brothers in ISUPK, man, no matter what state they in, they were born for my benefit, and I was born for their benefit. Right. And for you sisters that are in the truth, that have Otawans that are married, you were born for his benefit. Right. The scriptures say that man was not created for the woman, but woman was created for the man. Right. So the Lord, you were born to aid him and to help him. So he shouldn't have to be worried about getting his peace or whatever he needs, because why? I got my rib. I got my princess, man. Right. She was born for this. She was made for this. When the Lord was looking out on all the creation, he said he ain't find a suitable help meet for Adam. Right. And say, okay, no sweat. I'm gonna pull her into the situation. She was born for that. So why should he be without faith? Right. Unless you're not, that's not what you're trying to give. Right. Because you're thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna help y'all out. You can free yourself up by not thinking about yourself and thinking about the other person. And I'm gonna tell you something. It's gonna be an amazing thing. Right. You're gonna be able to produce a whole bunch of power and solutions because it's not about you. Listen, man. I ain't gonna get the precept right now, but I'm gonna tell you like this: relying on yourself is like having a single tree or being a tree and you're eating your own fruit and your own leaves. Damn. You understand? You know, when you're in a garden, you're surrounded by trees with different fruits and different. You know, this tree might have this fruit or this tree might have this herb. It's a whole bunch of opportunities and solutions right there for you. But when you by yourself and you're only dealing with your tree and your roots, it's not much you can do because you're eating the very thing that you're producing. What you produce, you eat. Right. But because IBR produces a lot, because Marakia produces a lot, Abba produces a lot, I can take from them and it ain't no harm to them. You understand? And they can take from me and it ain't no harm to me. And when we come together, we have an abundance, man. Right. But when you by yourself, all you can do is count what you got. And that's not a lot. Right. By yourself. But you're able to come up with a whole lot when you're thinking about somebody else, man. How can I be a benefit to them? How can I profit this person? You know what I'm saying? That's having faith, man. Right. You know what I mean? You can move a mountain. If you have brotherhood, you can move a mountain. It's easy. It's nothing. It's nothing. I know for a lot of y'all, man, you know what I'm saying? Like how General Muhammad say, if you were to look at everybody as family, you know what I'm saying? Like to what lengths would you go to save the life of your child? Right. Or to provide, if your child said, I'm hungry, what lengths are you going to go to make sure that food gets in their stomach? Do you feel that same way about your brother and your sister? That you didn't give birth to physically? Do you have that same compassion, that same faith, that same zeal? Well, if Negroes looked at Hispanics as family, Hispanics looked at Negroes as family, if all the tribes viewed each other as family and we had an attitude towards each other, we had a kingdom. Right. Christ would be here throwing Esau on chains, right, and we be in our kingdom. Right. But that's what we build in the Isupk, man. Salaki, wherever I had you holding, go ahead.
So you had me in Mark chapter 2.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and bring that out, man. We about to read about brothers that, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't thinking about themselves, man. That had another brother on their mind, man, that showed great faith, and Christ acknowledged that faith. Mark chapter 2, verse 4. Go ahead, Art.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Mark chapter 2 and verse 4. And when they could not come nigh unto him for the press.
Hey, actually, hold on. Is there? Read above that, Art. Let me see. Well, go a few verses above that.
Come on, I started verse 2.
Okay.
Verse 2, and straightway many were gathered together, and so much
what does verse 1 say? Let's start at verse 1.
Come on, sir. Verse 1. And again he entered into Capernaum. Okay. After some days, and there was noise that he was in the house.
Okay, so Christ is coming to a city, you know what I'm saying, to teach. And when it said it was noise that he was in the house, that's like old English for the word spread that Christ is in the city. You know what I mean? Like when any entertainer, celebrity, comedian, rapper comes to a city, there's like promotion, it's word on the street. Right. It was word on the street that Christ is in Capernaum. Right. Okay, so it's noised about. Everybody's hearing about Christ is in the city. Go ahead.
Come. And straightway many were gathered together, and so much that there was no room to receive them.
Right, so it's sold out. The house is packed out. Okay. Wherever he was speaking from, where he was going to be, you know what I mean, holding his class, it was packed. It's like General Muhammad classes.
That's right.
You understand? Right. Whatever city you go to, like right now in Chicago, in July 27th, it's going to be the Chicago, what's it called? The fire cookout.
Come.
Right? Midwest Fire Cookout?
Weekend.
Midwest Fire Weekend in Salaki. You understand? Midwest Fire Weekend in Chicago. With Captain Marquardt, you know what I'm saying? The Midwest Monster, you know what I'm saying? Mighty Captain, man. Right. Wise Captain, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need to tune into his classes as well, man. You know what I'm saying? Getting a wealth of knowledge, man. Right. Built up the Midwest, you understand? And building up mighty men in his own, right? Right. So now it's like whether you in Chicago or go to California or whatever city that General Muhammad visits, when you get to that class, it's packed. Right. You know what I mean? It's shoulder to shoulder, man. Seats is, you know what I mean? It's just room enough to walk in, you know, and grab a seat. So this is like Christ holding class at this brother's house. Keep reading.
Come on, sir. No, not so much as about the door, and he preached the word unto them.
So like I said, Christ holding class. It's packed all the way to the door. It's standing room only. No seats available. Okay, keep reading.
And they came, and they come unto him, bringing one sick of the palsy.
So now you got some brothers who are trying to get into this to this class, but they got a brother that's sick with the palsy. Now, hey, type if you could, Google palsy for me and what that is. What the palsy is, because everybody might not know what that is, man. So it's always good to when you come across a word you don't know or something like that, to go ahead and Google it, look it up, so you can get the full understanding, man. Right, the full breakdown. What's the palsy?
I got it, sir.
Go ahead.
The palsy is a shorter form of paralysis.
A shorter form of paralysis. So the palsy is paralysis. I'm sure that you've seen some people who have their arms kind of shortened and like in school we would call it like a chicken wing or something like that. And I ain't trying to be derogatory to anybody that's dealing with that ailment. You understand? But it's when your arm is paralyzed, or a part of your body is paralyzed, and you're not able to either to utilize a limb, or if you could have it all over your body and you're not able to walk, or you're immobile. You have to have people move you around in a wheelchair. Sometimes you see people that are in those motorized wheelchairs, and only that they can move is their finger, and they press like a little remote control joystick to move around in the wheelchair, right? So this particular brother at this time, you know what I mean, has the palsy, and he has brothers that are trying to get him to class. And that's a heavy thing, man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of our security analysis, we say if a brother needs transportation, a sister needs transportation to get to class, the camp leader will make the arrangements. Right. You understand? But you had these brothers right here who are trying to get this brother to class, even though he has the palsy and he can't get there on his own. Right. That in and of itself, wanted that brother to hear what Christ had to say, wanted for that brother to be able to hear the truth. That's showing love right there, man. Right. We don't want to leave him at home because he, you know what I'm saying, he dealing with a sickness. We're gonna bring him with us. You already see the love that these brothers have for this brother, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's an amazing thing. But we about to see what else happens. Go ahead and read.
Which was born of 4. Verse 4.
So he was born this way. Good night, man.
Right.
So his whole entire life, he's a grown man now, and his entire life he's been in this condition. That's a heavy thing, man. And these brothers had love for this brother, man. Good night, man. Like that's a heavy thing, man. These brothers knew him since he was young and was wanting him to come and see, hear this class, man, hear this truth. Keep reading.
Come. And when they could not come nigh unto him for the press, they uncovered the roof where he was.
Good night. When they could not come nigh unto him for the press, it was so many people pressed in to hear Christ speak in this class, they couldn't get in. Right. So they went to do what?
Uncovered the roof where he was.
Now, this is what you got to imagine, man. We up in our building right now in Isupk Killeen, man. We up in our school right now, man. You got to imagine, Christ is in the building. It's about 1,000 square feet up in here, man. Right. Okay, and we got it's enough space for I say about a good, say 100 to 150 people up in here. You know what I mean? But it'd be very tight. Right. So imagine that we in this building and we're pressed in. And Commander General is in here teaching, and brothers come in trying to, and they got a brother on a stretcher that is crippled. Right. You know what I'm saying? But he's trying to see Commander General. He's trying to see Christ. You understand? And these brothers, because they can't get through the door, it's like Shamar's outside, like, nah, Salaki, you listen, ain't no room in here, and it definitely ain't no room for this brother on this stretcher. Right. Damn. And these brothers is like, all right, no sweat. And they go behind the building and get a ladder, right, and climb up the ladder and begin to bust through the roof, man. Now, how do you think people in the class is going to respond? Right. Boom, boom. You start seeing tiles falling from the ceiling, right, and stuff getting ripped up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real, I'm gonna be honest. Probably shut that down. Like, what are you doing? Right? But for the love of their brother, you understand? This is what they're doing. Keep reading. Now, tear the roof off this mug. That's what faith shows. That's what faith. Listen, the love of your brother will have you tear the roof off this mug, man. Right. Good night. Keep reading. Now.
Going to a concert. And when they had broken it up, they let down.
They had broken it up. Good night. So they got through.
Like it. When they had broken it up, they let down the building wherein the sick of the palsy lay.
You gotta understand this, man. Christ's teaching is packed in here, and they're letting him down, which means when he's coming down, first of all, they didn't tore the roof off. So you know pieces of the roof can hit people that's under, and they're like, what the hell is going on? Right. You're trying to hear Christ teach. Right. And Christ just looking. He's just watching this like, hey, what's going on? You understand? And Christ in the right, he's always going to be in the right spirit, the spirit of the Most High. And he's looking like, what's going down? This is okay. These brothers is determined. You know what I'm saying? Because Christ didn't think like how we think. We think about how things inconvenience us. You know why the people was mad? Because they're interrupting what I'm trying to get. But these brothers who was tearing this roof apart, what was on their mind? They brother, man. They wasn't doing this thinking about who was there listening to Christ. The care man. And by that, they showed something very great, man. They let him down, man, which means that the people had to do what? Find a way to make a way, to make space for him to come down. Or that means that these brothers, as they let him down, whoever was under that had to hold his stretcher. Right. They're like, oh, they couldn't just throw him on the floor in front of Christ. Right. Some of the brothers there probably wanted to. Like, man, forget this nigga, man. What this nigga's doing? Right. Guaranteed. Christ sitting right there looking, watching everybody. I guess they let him in. We got to hold him. He reading now.
Concert. When Jesus saw their faith.
When Jesus saw their what?
Saw their faith.
Read it again now.
When Jesus saw their faith.
When he saw their ignorance.
When he saw their faith.
When he saw how disrespectful it was to tear apart that man's roof.
When he saw their faith.
When he saw these crazy Negroes, like, what the hell are y'all doing, man? Like, when he saw their insanity.
When he saw their faith.
He saw their faith, man. The Lord saw faith when he saw them brothers tearing that roof off and letting that brother down. Man. He saw faith, man. That's what Christ want to see. He want to see somebody that's willing to go to the lengths to inconvenience a whole bunch of people for the love of their brother, man. Damn. It ain't no faith without brotherhood, man. You're not showing nothing, man. Right. Look to the lengths that these brothers went through, not for themselves. Right. They didn't get no benefit out of this. Right. Everything. All their actions that they took in that moment when they saw the obstacle, everything they did was for that brother's benefit. And after he paid them back, he's crippled. He can't get him nothing in return. That's brotherhood, Akim, that's brotherhood. You know what I mean? Akwafian, that's brotherhood, sisterhood, man. What lengths are you going to go to for your brother? He call you and tell you he need a ride to class. I'm already en route. I'm about to do that. Let me tell you something. Also, IBR is an excellent brother, man. I'm not going to blow him up too much, man, but the brother is consistent. His rides, you know what I'm saying? Drive, brothers where they need to go. And he does it, man, out of the sense of brotherhood, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And I thank the Most High for the brothers in my zone, man. You understand? Because they had that spirit of brotherhood, man, willing to sacrifice for the man standing next to them, man. And go through and willing to do that, at any cost. Keep reading now. It said when Jesus saw their faith. Go ahead.
Come with concert. He said unto the sick of the palsy, son, thy sins be forgiven thee.
So when he see them drop this brother down, and the people that was already in class holding him up, he said, son, thy sins are forgiven thee. Why? Look, what? This brother crippled. What did he do to get his sins forgiven? No, his brothers got him to where he needed to be. And the Lord's like, well, dang, they done went through all this. How am I going to refuse them? You done tore the roof off this brother's house, got on the roof, had to pull this brother up to the roof, That had to be dangerous in and of itself. Let me tell you, man, I'll be doing role play for the military team. For these brothers, there was a sister involved. You know, Esau's military, they let women into the military. And they put me up on the stretcher and strapped me up. And I'm about 240, you understand? 6'3", 240. And I ain't gonna lie, man, I thought they was gonna drop me, man. That was a scary, I ain't gonna lie, it was a scary thing having them all pick me up and have to put me, and it wasn't into no nice ambulance, it was into a Humvee. So it's like, and you know, you used to be in the military, you know how that stuff go. Right. It's like the makeshift slots. You know what I'm saying? It's right there in your nose. You know, because they got to be able to hold like 8 brothers within the vehicle, the armored vehicle. So they pick you up and slide you in. It's almost like you in a coffin. That thing is right there in your nose. You like, good night. And if they drop you, they drop. What can you do? You know what I mean? So it ain't like you can get up and he dropped me. I'm on my feet. No, bro. They drop you. That's it. So these brothers got this brother up onto the roof. And then had and then lowered him down, man. Christ is like, my son, yo, your sins is forgiven. Your sins is forgiven.
Scribes sitting there and reasoning in their hearts. Why doth this man speak blasphemies?
So the religious leadership at the time, the Pharisees, these are the people that went to seminary school, right? They was educated in, you know what I'm saying, in all the religious schools of that time. They the experts on the Bible, on the Torah, right? And they like, yo, why he speaking blasphemy? And see, that's what they do to us in ISUPK. Right. They'll never criticize us going to Acuna to go feed the Haitians, but they get mad at us when we say that John the Baptist wasn't in the truth. Right. Yeah, John the Baptist was not in the truth. And guess who else wasn't in the truth? Lazarus. And Christ raised him from the dead. Right. There ain't no book of Lazarus. There ain't no book of Lazarus in the work that Lazarus did in following Christ and his perspective of how of Christ's works. Right. You would think if a nigga raised you from the dead that you would have something to write about. Right. Dang. But Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, they saw what happened. They wrote about it. Right. But Christ raised him from the dead. Like, think about that. Christ raised Lazarus from the dead, and Lazarus wasn't even mentioned amongst the disciples. Right. They say he was Christ's friend, but he wasn't his disciple. Tell me, yeah, Lazarus wasn't in the truth. Right. Neither was John the Baptist. Why? Right. Because they didn't follow Christ. But you know what? You have to attack what we say because you can't attack what we do. Right. That's why. You have to attack what we say because you can't attack what we do. Right. So you in the same spirit that the Pharisees was in, man. Right. When you attack the Command Junior High and the ISUPK, you are attacking what we say because you cannot attack the works that we do. Because why? Our works show that we love so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. You see it every day. Right. Oh, y'all shouldn't be out there. You know what I mean? If it was real love, you would be recording it. No, we're gonna show the works. Right. Christ told people don't say what we did. Heal people. Right. How do you know that Christ kept a record? You understand? They said we have connection issues. Like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, all that. You know? I know on Clubhouse we tawab, but this keeps on saying we have a connection. It's trying to connect to the chat. I don't even know if they're in the chat. You know what I mean? We in there? It is freezing up. No sweat. You know what I'm saying? I know the devil. You know what I'm saying? Or the oppressor's upset. You know what I mean? Or shoot, it could be this heat, this Texas heat, warping the wires, or warping the Wi-Fi. It's still frozen. It's good. No sweat. Okay, let's get back to it. All right. So where was I at?
You was at verse 7, sir. Why does this man thus speak blasphemies? Who can forgive sins but God only?
Good night. This brother is in a state of paralysis, man. He can't move his body. And Christ, you got to think, man, he was like this since birth, man. And Christ said, your sins are forgiven. Now, nobody brings this up. You feel what I'm saying? Now, when the disciples saw that blind man, they said, who was blind from birth, they said, who did sin? His father, him, or his parents?
Right.
Christ said neither.
Right.
This said that he was born in this condition.
Right.
And Christ's first words to this man was, thy sins are forgiven thee. I want to know what sin was he doing crippled?
Right.
If the blind man was born from birth like that, and he asked about who sinned,
right.
Well, what he was crippled from birth. What did he do?
Right.
Well, I'm leave that alone.
Right.
But nobody ever really bring that up, man. But the first thing out of Christ's mouth is he don't heal him right away. He says, son, your sins are forgiven.
Right.
That's showing you the compassion of Christ. Right. But then you got these Pharisees, these hypocrites, these religious leaders, man. And because they can't attack, because they knew Christ's reputation, they knew he had the power to heal. Right. So they're not saying, "Oh man, you over here healing, man. You tripping," because you can't talk about good works. Right. You can't criticize brotherhood. Right. It's what's the word? I don't say what Captain Zark say. You can't mess with it. It's unmesswittable. Right. I'm gonna say that. It's unmesswittable. Right. Yeah, Salaki, they back there probably laughing at me to my unmesswittable. You can't. There's no criticizing going to feed the Haitians in the Cunha, man. Right. Going through level 4 cartel territory in the middle of the night, not knowing how to get to the Haitians and where they're located at, but going for the love of our brothers and feeding those brothers. You can't criticize that, but you can say, man, these brothers, they teach John the Baptist wasn't in the truth. Right. They saying that Ruth wasn't a Moabite. Right. I mean, yeah, they doing good, with the clothing programs and the food programs, and they feeding our people every week. It's they videos and stuff that they feeding our people, but they off about that with that doctrine though. Right. They in the code. Right. Yeah, you attack what we say because you can't attack what we do. Right. And you just like the Pharisees, man. He's speaking blasphemies. Keep reading, now.
Come on, sir. And immediately when Jesus perceived in his spirit that they so reason within themselves, he said unto them, why reason ye these things in your hearts?
Why y'all going through all this? Why y'all going through all these changes and you all upset? Keep reading, now.
Whether is it easier to say to the sick of the palsy, thy sins be forgiven thee, or to say, arise and take up thy bed and walk?
Christ asked these vipers a question. He said, is it easier for me to say your sins are forgiven? Damn. Or is it easier for me to say, rise up, take up your bed and walk? Now, this man since birth was in this condition. Right. He said, what's easier? They tripping over him saying his sins are forgiven. But this is my thing. If Christ is doing the works, see, let me let y'all know what they're afraid of, man. Why are they afraid of Commander Yohana and the priests and prophets under Commander Yohana? Because see, we'll prophesy about you and it'll come to pass. If he that hath the ear to hear, let him hear. If Commander Yohana prophesy about you, it'll take place in the same month he said it. Let he who hath an ear to hear, let him hear. You understand? The reason why y'all afraid of Isupk under Commander Yohana is because when we say something, the Lord gonna confirm the word of his servant, man. You know what I mean? We got what we say. Listen, we have what we say and we have what we do, and our words got power, man. You understand? We don't just teach, and that's what a lot of y'all do on Clubhouse. Y'all just talking. Y'all teaching a whole bunch of stuff, but you don't do anything. You understand? Hold that, what you got. Give me Matthew 5 and I want to say 18 or 19. It's probably 19. You know what I'm saying? This is what we learn in Isupk right here, what Christ taught his disciples. Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
If you break God's laws and you teach other men to break God's laws, you're going to be least in the kingdom, which means you ain't going to be in the kingdom. You're going to be in outer darkness, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Sir. But whosoever shall do and teach them,
what?
Shall do and teach them.
Shall do and he didn't say teach and do. He said shall what?
Shall do and teach them.
Shall do and teach. That's the ISUPK. That's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana, man. We do and we teach. That's the difference, man. That's why y'all hate us, because guess what? Us doing and teaching means that we have the authority. And all y'all trying to do when you come and try to attack our breakdowns, you trying to attack our authority. And that's all these Pharisees are doing. Why? Because eventually, when they see our works, that we love one another, right? Christ said, they'll know that you're my disciples by how you love one another. Right. Because we love one another and we love our people, we have the works, we have the proof. Right. You understand? We're raising our people from the dead. We are changing young men's and young women's lives, man, that come into this truth, man. You understand? And accept and embrace and apply these teachings. Their lives are changing, man. Their children's lives are changing, man. You understand? So we have the proof of people who were once dead and now they're alive. So we have the authority. So the only way for you to attack us is not by our good works. Ain't that what Christ said? For which one of my good works do you seek to stone me? Right. Do you attack me? Why are y'all attacking us? What did we do? Right. Y'all some thugs. Y'all gangsters, man. Y'all coming off like thugs and just ignorant. Y'all don't know the Bible. Oh, so we didn't go to college and we don't wear suits and ties and we don't dress like Steve Harvey and we're not trying to get spiritual counseling to your rib. We're trying to talk to you, brother, so you can deal with your rib. But you don't want to give up cigarettes and smoking weed, so you don't want to hear nothing that we gotta say. So it's like, hey, stay away from them Negroes. Right. And your rib is really trying to leave you and give it one of us, and we ain't gonna do that because wow, we got brotherhood. Right. We know all the sisters out there see these masculine, mighty warriors, man, and they long after us. We know that. But we got integrity and we have the spirit of Christ, and we're not going to violate our brother because some sister feel like she don't want to hold to her commitment and her oath to you, brother. That's right. But you hate us. You call us a cult, man. Right. No, man, we got brotherhood, man. We have the spirit of Christ, man. You understand? We are taught to do and teach. Keep reading,
Come, sir. Whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
Yohana is trying to teach the men up under him to be great. To be great. You know what I'm saying? So all you other Israelite groups, where's your Captain Tazariah? Right. Where's your Captain Kaptazar? Where's your Captain Mashak? Where's your Captain Kahan Thumyad at? Right. You understand? Where's your Captain Kapash at? Right. Where's your Captain Natazak at, man? Right. You understand? Where's your Captain Gadalhar, man? Where's your Captain Kwamwai all at, man? Right. Where's your Captain Sakawar at, man? You understand? Captain Tahawar. You understand? Captain Tazanawan at, man? Right. Where are they at? Where's your Captain Yatazak at, man? Right. Show us what your tree has produced. Right. Commander General Yohana has the works and he has the fruit to show that we are the home of the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? The tree of life. A family that has fruits and works, man, that you can come and eat from. You know what I'm saying? And if you're wise, you'll get grafted in and you'll produce fruit as well, and you'll be able to benefit your people as well. And like Christ said, it starts off as a small mustard seed, just one man who doesn't give up on the truth, and then it grows into a great tree that gives rest to the birds and the fowls of the air, man, and shade to those who are under it, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm in hell, but I have shade in the ISUPK, man. I have a little sanctuary. You know what I'm saying? If you can understand. Keep reading, now. Go back to that Mark, man. The water.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 2 and verse 9. It's like in verse 10. Right. But that ye may know that the Son of Man hath power on the earth to forgive sins.
He said, listen, so y'all can understand, since what's obvious, you know what I'm saying, is going over your heads, I'm going to let y'all know that I got the authority to forgive sins, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatsoever is bound on earth is going to be bound in heaven. All right? And what's the proof? The works. What's the proof? The works. Keep reading.
Come on, sir. He said to the sick of the palsy, Verse 11, I say unto thee, arise and take up thy bed and go thy way into thine house.
Good, no, you gotta understand, man. Look, man, Christ had all the faith in the world. He had all the faith in the world. You understand? Because why? He knew what the Lord had him doing. He knew who he was doing it for, man. So there wasn't no doubt. Hey, man, take up your bed and walk, man. Listen, when you don't come in your own name and you come in the authority of one that was chosen by the Most High, that was selected by Christ, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's nothing to doubt. Ain't no doubt. You only got doubts because you lacking brotherhood. Get your brotherhood right, and your faith is going to increase.
Right.
You what Captain Car said? He said, how you do it? He said, I'm motivated by you, my nigga.
Right.
You my motivation.
Right.
My zeal is lit because I want to make sure that your candle stay lit.
Right.
So I gotta keep my candle lit. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading, Doc.
On concept. Verse 12. And immediately he arose, took up the bed, and went forth before them all.
Listen, that brother that was paralyzed didn't go through all that to not get up.
Right.
You understand? He didn't go through all that to not get up, man. You understand? His brothers didn't go through all of that for him not to get up. Commander General Yohana didn't go through all the hell that he went through and holding on to this truth when everybody abandoned him for us right now in 2023 to not get up from the dust, from that low state, that low condition, man. You understand? Keep reading.
On concept. Insomuch that they were all amazed and glorified God, saying, we never saw it on this fashion.
Right. They never saw those type of works in that fashion. Just like outside, just like with the Christian church, the Muslim mosque, the Catholic cathedral, the Buddhist temple, the Taoist temple, the Hindu temple. You never seen like the IFPK on this wise, man.
Right.
Our ability to raise up and help so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man.
Right.
You've never seen it on this wise, man. You understand? Under Commander General Yohana, man. Right. Because why? We have the works, we have the brotherhood, man. We have the faith, man.
Right.
Actually doing the works of Christ, man. And Isupk Killeen, you know what I mean? Brotherhood. This is man. I'm Precinct Officer Tapazar, man. You know what I'm saying? For y'all on Clubhouse, I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, those of y'all that was in the room that labor with your brother, you understand? Share the room, you know what I'm saying? If you have any comments or questions, put them in the comments. We'll address it next week. Same time, you know what I'm saying? If there were any comments in the chat or questions, I can't see them on Facebook, YouTube, nothing came through. But I'll go ahead and follow up, you know what I mean, and check it. We'll see about that next week. But with that, we're going to go ahead and close out. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and give a courtesy salute. You know what I mean? To the brothers. Amajim, which means to stand in the Hebrew. Men of Israel, Mama Shabbat. Amajim. Barak. Yahweh, Shibbi, Yahweh, brother. Yazamatah, Sar, face the sisters. Men of Israel, Mama Shabbat. Amajim. Barak. Yahweh, Shibbi, Yahweh, Yazamatah, class dismissed.